Oh my God, it's the demon! Run!
Patron of Buddha, why have you armed yourself thus? I'm a wandering priest, and I was hoping to beg for lodging for a night. It's quite a surprise to find myself the object of such suspicion. A skinny teacher of the law is not apt to turn to banditry. You have nothing to fear.
The only reason I threaten so holy a guest is because my villagers mistook you for another. Come, let me give you shelter for the night, to make up for what I have done.
When the peasants saw you earlier and grew frightened, they did so for very good reason. It involves a terrifying story, but I suppose I will tell it to you. On the mountain above this village, there was a monastery that belonged to the house of Oyama. The most recent abbot there was a man that was virtuous and well loved by all the people. They brought him incense and candles and gifts, and he was a guest in my house. His behavior was always that with the utmost propriety. That is until last spring.
He was invited to be the presiding priest at a baptism in Koshi. After staying there for more than 100 days, he brought back with him a young lad, no more than 12 or 13, as his companion day and night. Because the youth was so good-looking, the abbot fell deeply in love with him. And as time went on, he started to neglect his regular duties. But then at about April of this year, the boy came down with a minor illness. Within several days, his condition grew serious, and the abbot summoned the eminent court physician from the capital. But it was no good, and the boy died. The jewel of the abbot's heart had been snatched away. He felt like a man whose headdress had been shorn of its feathers by the wind. He wept until tears failed him, and he wailed until his voice gave out. His grief was so great that instead of having the body cremated or interned, he pressed himself to it day after day, cheek against cheek, hand intertwined with hand. Refusing to allow the body to decay, he licked the flesh and sucked the bones until he utterly devoured it. The abbot has turned into a devil, the people in the temple said, and they all fled. The temple has fallen into disarray, and all that's left are the gardens. Since then, the abbot has been coming down from the mountains and terrorizing our village, digging up graves, searching for fresh cadavers to eat. I've heard the old stories about demons, but do you know what we're going through here? Our village is boarded up at night. People hear the stories, and they won't come by anymore. Is there anything we can do to stop him?
Such strange things that happen in this world. Some creatures, though born human, never learn the greatness of the teachings of the Buddhas, and they spend their days in malice and ignorance. Their salvation is prevented through personal greed and spite. They assume forms from a previous existence. Then they try to become demons or place curses on people. Since time immemorial, there have been so many instances they are beyond count. But all the cases I know of are about women. Probably because of the malice in their nature, females readily turn into vicious demons. I've never heard of any case involving a man. In any case, if your monk has turned into a ghoul, it certainly must be owing to his past karma. After all, his devotion to the Buddhas, his piety, they're all the epitome of reverence. He would have been a perfect priest had he not taken in the youth. Quite likely, once he descended into the sinful path of lust and covetousness, he was changed into a demon and fell victim to the flames in the hell of delusion. There's a saying, a slothful mind creates a monster, but a rigorous one enjoys the fruit of the Buddha. This monk is an example, and if I could transform his spirit back to his former self, maybe it would repay you for tonight's hospitality.
It would mean the salvation of the people of my province. But we have talked late into the evening. It is time to say goodnight.
I will stay and ponder upon my plans. Do you intend to watch me all night, or will you come join me?
Where are you on your way to that you have come by this place? I have neither food nor shelter to give you. Return quickly to the village.
I was on my way to Michinoku in the north. I was passing through the village below when the charm of the mountains caught my fancy. Before I knew it, I'd found my way here. The sun is already gone, and to go back now would take a long time. I beg you, please let me stay the night.
In desolate places like this, evil sometimes happens. I cannot force you to stay, neither compel you to leave. Do as you please.
Mark! Mark, where are you? You were just here a second ago! Where did you go? Mark! Mark! Mark!
What is grieving you? If you are hungry, use my body to fill your stomach.
You mean to tell me you've been here all this time?
I stayed here and did not sleep.
As distasteful as it is to admit, I devour human flesh. But I've never touched the body of a Buddha, and you are in truth a living Buddha. With the dim eyes of a fiendish beast, I was unable to see or recognize the coming of a living Buddha. I am struck with awe.
What I heard from the villagers, one encounter with lust was enough to poison your heart and make you fall into the ways of demons and beasts. Your condition is disgraceful and points to an unusually evil fate. Nobody in the community feels safe because you go down there night after night and cause harm. I felt obliged to do something, so I came here to persuade you to change back to your former self. Will you listen to my instruction or not?
You are in truth the living Buddha. Teach me without fail, so I might escape this horrible fate.
Upon the bay the moonlight glows, through the pines the breezes blow, through the night pure darkness flows, and who among us can tell how? Without moving from this spot you must meditate quietly. When you know the meaning of this verse, you will rediscover the true mind of a Buddha.
Upon the bay the moonlight glows, through the pines the breezes blow, through the night pure darkness flows, and who among us can tell how? Upon the bay the moonlight glows, through the pines the breezes blow, through the night pure darkness flows, and who among us can tell how? Upon the bay the moonlight, through the pines the breezes blow, through the night pure darkness flows, and who among us can tell how? Upon the bay the moonlight glows, through the pines.
How was the crop this year?
Kaian! Kaian, my friend! Seeing you is like a new moon.
Oh, it's good to see you too, my friend. But tell me, any news of the Abbot?
Because of your great wisdom and virtue, the devil no longer plagues my village, and we all feel as though we have been reborn in paradise. Although we still fear the mountain, and none of us venture up there. I do not know what happened up there, but surely he cannot be alive.
In the event that he is transfigured and gains salvation for himself, I must respect him as the master who has preceded me in finding enlightenment. But on the other hand, as long as he still lives, he is my pupil. I must find out what has happened.
Upon the bay the moonlight glows, through the pines the breezes flow, through the night pure darkness flows, and who among us can tell how? Upon the bay the moonlight
Well,
glows, through the
can you tell how? Ha! So, he finally overcame his stubborn attachment to evil.
to your fire. Hey, let me stand next to your fire. Whoa, let me stand, baby. Let me stand. Yeah, baby. Listen here, baby. Let's stop acting so crazy. You say your mom ain't home and ain't my concern. Just to play with me and you won't get burned. I've only one itch and desire. Let me stand next to your fire. Let me stand. Yeah. Let me stand, baby. Let me stand. Oh, let me stand. Oh, I'll move over. And let Jimmy